Welcome to the Manifesting Formula. I'm Christine Rizzo. In today's episode, we're continuing our conversation that will help you become an energetic match for money. Today, we jump into having a positive relationship with spending money. This, my friends, goes beyond your limiting beliefs. This goes into how you feel about every aspect of money, spending it, giving it away, paying bills, having debt. If you want to manifest more money, remember, you need to be in flow with money to be a match. And when you're in flow, that means money is going both ways, in and out. So keep listening, my friends. Hello, my beautiful friends. How are you all doing on this gorgeous day? I am feeling so much better than I was feeling last week. I wound up catching COVID from my husband. I love my husband unconditionally. I love him to death. But can I tell you, he has the worst manners. The worst. He has the worst manners when it comes to sneezing and coughing, especially when he is sick. When he sneezes or coughs, watch out. Whoever is near him, they have just been sneezed or coughed on. Now, of course, I stayed away from him, but sneezes and coughs travel pretty far, 25 feet in 22 seconds. An average sneeze or cough can spray thousands of germs from your lungs at speeds up to 100 miles per hour. And the droplets that were let out of your nose or mouth can linger in the air for up to 10 minutes. Did you hear that, my love? I know you're listening. Please, please, please start covering your mouth when you cough or sneeze. Anyway, I didn't get sick the first week. Frank was really sick. It hit me the second week. I couldn't do any work. I couldn't look at my computer. The headaches were horrible. But I did manage to keep myself busy with creating buckles. You know, the ones that I talked about last week. You don't need to think as much as when writing and creating content. So I did do things that create joy and love for me, which is truly what kept my mind off of being sick. And it also helped me to get better very fast. I was getting better and my husband was still coughing and not feeling good. I didn't put much thought to not feeling well, and I listened to my body when I was drained. I would take it easy and go rest by taking naps. Frank worked and was exhausted as to why the virus in him lasted longer. It's really about listening to your body so you can heal. Okay, enough about the virus. Let's talk about something we all love. So get your journals out. We're going to write down a few new quotes to add to your list. But before we do that, I want to talk about what we are thankful for today. So tell me, what are you grateful for on this very day? Today, I'm extremely grateful for the fact that I've chosen to have a career where I can create my own hours of when I want to work, where I can schedule to do things that I truly love doing in my life. I'm an artist. It runs in my family, and I just need to create, which is what we are meant to do in life. We are all artists in different ways. You may not consider yourself an artist because maybe you feel you aren't good at drawing or painting, or maybe you feel you aren't good at designing or putting things together visually. But you are creating what happens in your life. You are creating your story. So that right there is creating art. Every day that you wake up to a blank canvas, waiting for you to start your day and create your story. You are painting every day. You are writing every day. You may not actually have a paintbrush in your hands, but you are painting your story. So if you want to start living that life that you so deserve to live, that you have been desiring, I want you to start intentionally setting yourself up to live that life. Start painting your canvas to how you want your life to be. It's time to write down a few new quotes. Are you ready? Here we go. Number 1, relax, my beautiful soul. It is all working out for you. Number 2, at the end of the day, tell yourself gently, I love you. You did the best you could today. And even if you didn't accomplish all you had planned, I love you anyway. Number 3, end the chapter, turn the page, close the book. Start a new story today. Remember, my friends, every day is a new beginning to your story. Okay, let's jump into today's episode and continue our money mindset series. So last week, we jumped into the first step of this series, identifying and transforming your limiting beliefs about money. In today's episode, we're continuing our conversation to help you become an energetic match for money. Today, we jump into having a positive relationship with spending money. This, my friends, goes beyond your limiting beliefs. This goes into how you feel about every aspect of money: spending it, giving it away, paying bills, having debt. If you want to manifest more money, remember you need to be in flow with money to be a match. And when you're in flow, that means money is going both ways, in and out. Being in flow is not one-sided. Otherwise, it's then not flowing. It's more like a leaky faucet. We know money doesn't work this way. It's easy for us to write down the amount of money we want to manifest and practice visualizing it. That is what most beginner manifestors are already doing. But what about examining how you feel when you're not getting money, but giving it away? Spending it. How do you feel when you pay your bills? When you pay your mortgage or rent? When you have to buy a new phone or laptop? Or what about when you have to pay the vet bill to get both your dog's teeth cleaned or their annual vaccinations? How does that feel? Most of us will cringe paying for the things that we don't actually want to pay for because that is money that could have been spent elsewhere, right? On something you really wanted. You might think, oh my God, I have to pay rent and I have my car payment, so I guess I can't really go to dinner and drinks with my friends this week. Or maybe you keep breaking your phone screen and always feel compelled to fix it, but you really hate spending your money to do that over using your money for something else, something more enjoyable to you, like getting your nails done. I'm curious, does any of this sound familiar to any of you? I'm sure it does. Think about how you feel while paying the bills. Is it a negative or positive experience? If it's negative, we still have some work to do on your money mindset. Don't worry, because this is most of us. I go through this every time I spend money on getting my nails done. Whenever I get a gel, manicure, and pedicure, it costs me $90 with a tip. That is crazy to me. It's not worth it. So I decided that I needed to stop getting my nails done because that kind of energy, feeling that way, it isn't serving me. You need to feel good when you are purchasing things. When you are giving money, it needs to feel good. When it doesn't, that is your sign. I have no problem spending money on getting my eyelashes done at all. I don't cringe because the purpose of getting my lashes done is bigger than the purpose of getting my nails done. Now, I wouldn't mind if it lasted longer than it does, but it never does, ever. So I would rather do my nails myself and feel good. And then every once in a while, if I have a party to go to, or if I'm going on vacation, or if there's an event I need to attend, that is when I feel good about going to get my nails and toes done. Anytime you're handling money, you need to be in a positive state. You need to establish and continue a positive relationship with it so you invite it into your life. Would you remain friends with someone who constantly complained every time you left after hanging out? Probably not. Most people would agree that it's extremely draining and very annoying. Well, your friends and your money are all made from the same kind of energy. What your friends don't like, your money doesn't either. It's true. So stop complaining every time your money leaves. When I think about being in flow with money, I like to imagine that money comes to me just like waves in the ocean, flowing in and out constantly, getting bigger with each crest. When it comes crashing onto the shores of the beach, a portion of this water immediately recedes so that it can swell into a larger wave. Imagine this as your money. A portion of it recedes so that it can come back larger, more abundantly. This mindset is critical if you want to be in flow with money. If you're complaining about how much you're spending on necessities, you're reinforcing a negative relationship with your money. The universe isn't picking up on the distinction between spending versus receiving. It's not thinking, oh, she doesn't want this kind of money energy, like paying bills. She only wants this kind of energy, like receiving a raise. Money is money. When you're in flow, you're in flow. And that means money is going both ways. Do you want to be able to pay for things or not? If the answer is yes, then you need to make sure this is always a positive experience if you inevitably want to manifest more. And taking it a step further, the universe doesn't differentiate between spending and receiving. If you're constantly complaining about paying bills and telling the universe you don't want any more, it's not hearing no bills, it's hearing no money. If you are coming from a place of scarcity when you spend money, you will receive scarcity in return. So, my friends, let me ask you again, what is your relationship with paying bills, having debt, buying necessary items that are needed? To the universe, being an energetic match with money means being a match with all money. To receive money, you will also have to spend money. Isn't that why you want it in the first place? To spend it or invest it? If you cultivate a negative feeling anytime you're releasing your money, that's taking you out of alignment. That is putting a negative strain on your monetary abundance. The universe doesn't care if you're spending money on a rent or a vacation. You can't enjoy one experience and complain about the other. Your relationship with money needs to be positive all around. And while we're at it, here is a note about language usage. Notice I said releasing money instead of spending. That is a great positive shift to bring your choice of language instead. See what words and phrases you can swap out. When talking about money, it's okay to say, the value that item would bring to my life doesn't currently align with my wants, like how I feel about getting my nails done. Remember, stay away from scarcity phrases like, that's too expensive. I couldn't afford that. I would shy away from using any words that you might consider negative. For most of us, that would be debt, bills, payments. Instead, try investments, opportunity costs, released gains, or outflow money. Get as creative with it as you want, as long as it stays positive for you. So, when you're learning to be more mindful about your language, you will be more positive every time you handle your money. But how on earth do you start cultivating a positive relationship with bill paying or really any kind of debt that you already have? This question gets asked a lot because it is such a common issue. And I want to make sure we start talking about this, although I'm going to go deeper into this topic later. When paying bills or paying off debt, or again, as I like to say, when handling outflow money or previous investments, work to reframe your relationship with paying debt off. You can do this by thinking about the joy that the things your bills pay for bring you. Remember, bills are completely selective and chosen. Now, hear me out. You don't have to spend money on anything. You don't. You probably think, yes, I do. But actually, you really don't. You didn't have to go to college. You didn't have to get a phone. Or you didn't have to buy a car. You didn't have to buy a house. You could go off and live in a forest somewhere and forage for food. In reality, you do not need to pay for a place to live. You don't need to pay for a laptop, a phone bill, nothing. There were thousands and thousands of years where humans didn't have any bills, right? And you don't have to have them either if you don't choose to. You choose to have bills because you enjoy the things they bring to your life. So reflect on the joy that these things bring and start coming from a place of abundance. You don't have to have shelter, but you're so thankful that you do. So you gladly release money for this stable investment. Doesn't reframing all this help? It's reminding you that you are choosing these things to be in your life. So I want you to ask yourself, where else can you apply this? A huge part of manifesting and getting into alignment is owning your decisions and being an active participant in your life. You and the universe are co-authors, so start acting like it. This includes owning how you react to things, owning your actions, your thoughts, your behavior, your perception, your emotions, owning everything in your life. Because, my friends, you are creating it all. If you took an action earlier on that led to a current outflow of money, at one point that was a conscious decision that you made and that you felt compelled to invest in for whatever reason. So own that. Don't complain about it. Say thank you. Think of all the reasons why this was a good learning experience and then release it. Remember to say thank you to the money as you pay your bills. Thank you for the ability to invest in shelter. Thank you for the ability to connect with the world with your new iPhone, Android, or laptop. Thank you for the ability to have water, central air, heat, and electricity so you can take hot showers and relax in the central air watching HBO while it's 98 degrees outside. Whatever it is you're paying for, say thank you because its presence in your life is not guaranteed or truly needed. It's really wanted. And since you want them and are able to invest in them for yourself, say thank you for your money for this opportunity. Get into a positive headspace anytime you're about to handle money, but especially before you begin releasing money for your bills. Train your mind over time to view this as a positive experience. You can hack into a positive feeling using energetic matching by thinking of your most exciting memory. Then immediately think about how releasing your money feels the same. Another idea is to start a gratitude exercise right before you begin releasing money. What are all the investments you've made that you're grateful for? What joy did they bring you? Maybe you have a special day that you devote this to, and you make it your money abundance day where you release your money, meditate on abundance, write in your gratitude journal, and do things that make you feel fabulous. Okay, so let's recap today's tips and secrets. You want to get into an energetic alignment with money or in flow with money by creating a positive experience with both receiving it and releasing it, which is super important. You want to rewire your mindset and relationship around debt, bills, and spending money by adjusting your words, your vocabulary, your mindset, and your routines. You want to also come from a place of abundance, love, and joy when you're handling your money. I'm talking about when you're about to pay your bills or tap your card at the register. You want to come from a place of abundance whenever it has to do with money. You want to always be in a positive place when you reach for that credit card, cash, or your Apple Pay. This is a representation of your money, and your money wants to be shown appreciation and respect, like all relationships do. So there you go, my friends, the second part of the Money Mindset series. Thank you so much for listening to the Manifesting Formula and for spending your Wednesday or whatever day it may be for you with me. I can't wait to record next week's episode so we can continue this conversation by jumping into the third part of this series, which is on how well do you understand your money. If anyone is interested in becoming a certified life and spiritual coach, please go to my website, www.thelifecoach.academy, and sign up for our 6-month certification course. We are starting a new class in April. You won't want to miss it. We also have our 5 steps to attracting everything you have ever wanted. If you haven't already signed up for that course, you need to. I promise you will love it. Have a beautiful day wherever you are in the world, sending you all so much love, peace, and abundance. And if no one has told you today, I love you. See you next week. Bye. What we teach you at the Life Coach Academy is more than a program. It's an experience that changes your life. Through this unique program, you will discover who you really are. And in turn, you will help your clients become who they've always wanted to be. Coaching is more than a career. It's a calling. Our program is founded on the formula of life, love, and gratitude. We go above and beyond to make sure that when you certify with us as a life and spiritual coach, you have not only transformed to your best self, but you have everything you need to become the best in your career. We give you far more than a certification. We give you a proven method that works. We integrate life coaching, energy, intuition, and spirituality all in one very comprehensive program. The experience you will go through is transformational. So, are you ready for a whole new life?